Got him.
Let's go.
Look at it.
Choke that jackhammer.
What's up? Jamison Redding here with the Road Trip Angler, and we are in Georgia chasing after shoal bass, hybrids, and striper with Clay and Sheldon Grace.
It's a freaking giant. Man, that thing fall hard. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm about to hit the state line. Yeah, we travel like a freight line. Drop the kayak in and drop a bait down. We make it easier than 1, 2, 3. You want the tips, want the tricks with the ones to see. Ooh-wee! Come on. Cause everybody wants to fish, but can't nobody make the trips. But don't trip, cause we gon' make it when you can't miss out. Road trip angle, only thing we need is a route, no doubt.
Headed down to the Alabama and Georgia line, and we are fishing for shoal bass, another unique species of fish that is only found in a very particular region in the United States. We're meeting up with Sheldon and Clay Grace, and we're going to be targeting some of those hungry river fish.
My name's Clay Grace.
Clay is a longtime Jackson team member that has river fished for many years, and honestly, I don't remember when exactly he got put on the team because they've been on the team for a while.
I just want to get in the water real quick, and then we can do this.
Sheldon is Clay's son, and they both got put on the team together.
My name's Sheldon Grace. I'm on the Jackson kayak fishing team.
And Sheldon is actually a state record holder in Florida for shoal bass, so these guys know their way around these rivers.
Most people just come out here and just enjoy the day, catch some fish, and I think that's fun too, but whenever you add a competitive element to it, I think it just makes it so much better.
I was ready.
Good to go? All right.
I was hoping he's gonna break it sideways.
Sorry, new bending branches paddle.
Torqeedo, engage.
Well, you see, we're targeting shoal bass right now. That's our main target. The stripers and hybrids and stuff like that, that's pluses, but mainly we fish for shoal bass.
Shoal bass are another one of those black bass species that only live in a very small region. I mean, you can only catch them in a couple of river drainages here in Georgia and Florida, and they live in the current. Their name tells you everything. I mean, they live in shoals. They live in the whitewater. They go up there and that's where they spawn. It is such a cool fish, not to mention it is one of the prettiest black bass species that I've ever seen.
Georgia has some of the best shoal bass fishing. They have the Flint River, the Chattahoochee, if you want to catch shoal bass. Georgia up here is just, that's where you gotta do it at if you want to catch a big one. Oh, Jameson, I got a giant. Nah, I'm just hung up.
Giant rockfish.
Big old rockfish.
Sheldon and I, while we are really great friends and we do love fishing together, he's a great angler and he's learning more and more as he studies fisheries at Auburn.
I'm actually majoring in fisheries right now. So I'm hoping to, once I get out of school, do some field work as a biologist somewhere, something like that.
I ain't even getting a sniff yet. And then you've had other bites too?
Yeah, I had like maybe 2 other bites. Some of it was grass that I kept getting at the start, but I had 2 on.
I'm throwing this dark color, but thinking about switching to white chartreuse.
Yeah, I would.
It's dirty water. I usually do really good on black and blue though.
I put some new hooks on this jerkbait. I think they're too big for this jerkbait. They're like getting hung up on each other.
There are different times of the year and different weather conditions. There's so many different things and factors that play into what a fish is eating and what you should throw as a lure. I prefer and have more confidence in these conditions in a jackhammer.
Jameson, y'all know he's a big jackhammer fan. We're competitive about it. I love a jerkbait and he loves a jackhammer. And where we're fishing at right now, it's normally like 8-foot visibility, pretty bluebird skies, and so that jerkbait just does so much better because it has that flash. So I feel like it's just the best bait to cover water in here and also catch a lot of fish.
Got him!
Fish on!
The jackhammer is a chatterbait that Z-Man makes, and it has what I like to call a hunting action. And that means that it's digging down and I'm bouncing it off the rocks, I'm bouncing it through the current off of any structure, and it's kind of searching and being very erratic. So you don't have to do a lot of extra thinking when it comes to fishing that. But casting it out, making sure it's coming in contact with the bottom is very key.
I wouldn't say I'm a jackhammer hater necessarily, but I don't particularly like them in the fact that they're just too bulky for me. Oh, I got a giant. Oh my gosh, it's something big. Nice. Woo! Hold on, bud. I don't want you to break my jerk bait. Man, just fight so hard. Such beautiful fish. He actually finned me pretty good there. Big old spikes right there. I think this one right here is actually the one that got me. I thought just straight striper because the lines, when they're not broken up at all, normally indicates they're a striper. And as you can see on this side, there's some breakage there on right in here where it's not solid lines. So that looks more like a hybrid. 7 to 8 pound fish. Called that one on the jerkbait, Jameson. Where's that jackhammer doing, man? Let her grow some more.
I think it's time to show him what a jackhammer can really do. This entire episode has really just become about what's better in these conditions, the jackhammer or the jerkbait, or should I say, Sheldon Grace or Jameson Ray. Got him that time. That's a big fish, really big fish.
Woo! You know, I think he just brought some bad weather with him. That's where the jackhammer, it shines in them conditions. Oh my gosh. That was a big one. He smoked it as soon as, oh, dadgummit.
I'm really not a fan of either one, to be honest. The drawback to a jerkbait, sometimes you got a lot of those treble hooks on there, and you've got to be careful with that. Jackhammer's a big bait, you know, that Jameson likes to throw, and he does pretty well.
Another one. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Should I tie on a jackhammer? Should I switch it up? Nah, I'm gonna tie on a swim jig. I can't, my pride won't let me tie one on. Not while Jameson is still here. I feel like if I do that, then he wins, you know? So I can't let him win. I got him. Come on in here, buddy. Chill, 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 chill. Man, them little jerkers are mean, man. Y'all can't get unhooked. Kind of scared of them now. The last one stabbed me to death when I was trying to get him unhooked. RIP to my jerkbait though, man. Took my split ring, bent it straight out. So, Jameson's gonna have a chance to catch up because I'm gonna be re-timed for a little bit. Maybe he can get one. Might have to switch over to the jerkbait.
Fish on. Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Oh my God! Woo! Hey, Sheldon! Woo! barely hooked.
Woo! Finally got my jerkbait back rigged up there. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and retie as well. Back in business. Here we go. Straight up right. Oh, there's one. Large one. There you go, buddy. Jameson followed me because he knew I was going to catch fish, and he tried to cut me off and take my fish, but it didn't work. Well, you know, whenever you get to that age, you need a Torqeedo because your ability to paddle kind of goes.
You want to ride, or you want to just keep talking trash?
I'll actually take a ride.
I thought you'd take that ride. What do you think? Go up to the dam? I do want to fish the dam.
No, you can go wherever you want to.
We're going to your spot, Sheldon, and you're going to show me how your jerkbait works.
Okay, well, we'll go up then. I'll go with you. Now we'll go up.
So now it's time for a dad joke, and I'm allowed to do that because I am a father. What did the shoal bass say when it ran into the concrete wall? Damn. They swim upriver to spawn. A lot of fish do that. If it's a river and fish can go upriver, they will try to do that a lot of times when it comes to spawning and reproducing. And if there's a dam, that is kind of the end point of that, you know, travel that they try to make upriver. And so a lot of times they will stack up in that water, especially when you have a lot of oxygen because the water's coming over the dam and you've got that white water. In this particular area, we also have shoals that are near and around that dam. So it creates that kind of end point of the travel that those fish try to make when they go upriver.
Right into the wind. Oh, it's gonna carry me this way.
I know there's gotta be fish up in here.
The way we targeted, you know, the fish today, you know, we paddled upstream, really didn't do a float trail. We paddled up and to some low head dams, and this time of year, you know, they're starting to stack up in there a little bit. So, you know, the fishing's been really good.
All that foam pile all the way up against the dam, I mean all the way up against the rocks. Let's fish all that as we make our way up, you know. So we'll start making some casts as we go up it. Fish on! Woo! Woo! Switched over from the dark bruised green pumpkin jackhammer to a white and chartreuse jackhammer, and just been working this ledge. The water's a little dirty and a little high right now, but I picked this bass up. This is a hybrid bass, so that's a mix between a striper and a white bass. Real fat, healthy fish. Let's get her back.
So I'm a big jerkbait fan, but it's just way too shallow up here to try to bring one through, way too much grass. So I'll give Jameson this one. In this area, I think the chatterbait jackhammer will be probably the winner up here, but I can't be giving him points on the jackhammer. Oh my God! Dang it! Finally have one. I freaking missed him. That wind's just blowing me right in the opposite way of where I'm trying to get to. I want to cast on the other side of this rock. It's a lot more difficult without a Torqeedo. As see, Jameson just scooted right on up there and already fishing the good stuff. And every cast I make, I get sent down river. He's got that Torqeedo. He can just put his little motor on, just fish wherever he wants to go, you know, and I'm sitting over here, I make a cast, and then I gotta paddle a little bit, make a cast and gotta paddle. And he just can go in and out, little holes, wherever he wants to go. So, I mean, it definitely is an advantage to have one.
You know, Sheldon would like to think that I had this advantage because I had the Torqeedo on the back. But let's face it, most of the time when I was schooling him, I had the boat up on a rock, and I was catching fish, not using the motor. Now, I did use the motor to get there, but technically he used the motor to get there too, because he came over and held onto my kayak so I could taxi him upriver to where the fish were, or water taxi.
It's like an Uber for the water, you know? I'll give you 5-star rating. There's places where it kind of V's in, and the water's moving so fast through there, there's no way you can paddle up it. And I've tried to do it on a couple of them today, and you just can't do it. I don't think I can make it. So you have two options. If you have a Torqeedo, then you're fine. You just crank it up to 7 miles an hour and just shoot straight up it, like there's no problem. But if you don't, then you have to go to the side and figure out a way to drag over. I mean, it could be a 300-yard stretch you have to drag over, and in some places, you know, it's up to your neck.
I don't think we can paddle up through there. We're going to get out and drag.
The water's been a little bit up, and it's kind of hard getting to these areas.
It's pretty slick.
You don't really have a choice but to drag over a rock because the current may be too strong, so you kind of go over the rock.
Wants to get all the way up the shoals and kind of get to the top and feel like I'm, you know, going as far as I can sometimes, is you have to commit to working yourself through some hard to get to places. I mean, that's the whole reason we're in a kayak, is we can take this where, frankly, no other vessel can really get you to. It's a little chilly. Woo! I mean, you can't always wade because the water's too deep or you don't have access. And you can't take a big boat because there's exposed shoals and rocks. but you can get out and drag your boat over those rocks and gain access to fish that may be less pressured, or you may just get to an area where there's more fish. You know, I'm starting to wonder a little bit about whether or not I have my location stuff turned on somewhere, because I'm 13 to 16 hours away from Texas, and I'm up a river in Georgia, and who do I find sitting at the place that I'm heading to fish? Richard Penny.
Hey, congratulations on stealing my spot. This is great. What do you got?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? It's my day off.
This is my spot. You live in Texas.
Half of my family's from Alabama.
We're in Georgia.
Oh, I put in Alabama.
What brings you guys to Alabama? Last time I saw you in Texas, we were like, you know, San Marcos, down in Freeport. We went to Pack. I mean, I'm still catching fish. Are you?
So look at that.
Let me guess. Chatterbait?
Jackhammer.
Jackhammer, of course.
Jackhammer, Judge, Shimano Chronart.
See what I'm saying? Every damn time.
This episode's about Sheldon and Clay.
Yeah, so why are you guys up here like around me, man? Should you be down there around them? Where are they at?
I literally drive all the way across the country to get away from you, and you're still here.
Well, I mean, I thought you were moving into Texas, so I decided I could probably go fish another state and be safe. No.
Nice striper. Woo! Even if Richard is poaching my spot.
Yeah, you're right. It's your spot.
Get her back. Have fun, girl. And this is how Jameson fell and busted his head. They gotta be in here. Fish on. Boat flipping 1-pounders. Now go back and tell your mama I want to talk to her.
Jameson's over there, he's only targeting big fish with that jackhammer, even though he still catches small ones from time to time, but his primary target is to catch big fish on that. And so I feel like you miss a lot of fish doing that.
No, it was a shoalie. Ugh, big shoalie.
He set the hook like 3 different times in one cast and swung and missed on all 3.
Oh, I should have retied. Heartbreak City. Luckily I got more.
And I was like, if you had on a jerkbait, you'd have 9 hooks in that fish, and you would have caught it, you know. And then the next cast, he throws it there and sets the hook and gets him, you know. And I don't know, it's fun messing with him. Hey Jameson, if you cast over here, you might could catch one.
Sheldon takes more after his mom. She's really competitive with the fishing. Well, with everything they do, not just fishing.
That's a real good shoalie. Hey Jameson, it's heavy. He's over there, he's all bundled up. He's red as all get out. He looks like a lobster. We're trying to keep him out of the sun because, you know, I normally it's little kids that get sunburned because they forget to put on sunscreen, but a grown man is sunburned to death over there. But I'm over here catching big shoalies.
It's easy to talk trash when you're catching little tiny fish, I guess. I don't know. I don't need to talk trash. So look, Sheldon, you can call me whatever you want. Tomato, lobster, raccoon, whatever you want to call me, but you know what I really am. And that is the professor, because you got schooled. Yeah! Woo! Look at that fish! Yes! Chatterbait. This is why you put the work in right here. You go all the way up. You work hard, and it pays off. Woo! See if we can get another one. You ready for a photo? I got a photo for you right here. Here's your photo. Hold on, I'm gonna try to switch hands so I can get the bait in it. Let's throw some jerk baits. I don't think so. You really have to be vigilant about keeping up with your surroundings, because if you're facing upriver and you've just, attained up a set of shoals, well, the river's trying to take you back down those shoals. Holy shit. I was sitting there fishing. I looked back and I was going down the freaking big drop.
When you're out here and you're wading around in some of these areas, I mean, it can be really shallow in one spot and then maybe up to your neck in the next. So you have to be careful where you step and don't pick your other foot up until keep 2 feet on the ground, basically.
Jameson, it's a freaking giant shoal bass. I need a net. It's not a striper. Get him! Yeah!
I don't know who was more excited, Clay or myself, when he caught that big shoal bass.
Look how big that fish is, bro! Yeah! Oh my God!
Look at the size of that fish. Oh my gosh.
It's a special fish, a shoal bass that I caught. It was maybe 6 1/4, 6.5 pounds, and that's a good shoal bass. I mean, it's a true trophy.
Don't get me wrong. Sheldon has a state record in Florida for the shoal bass.
Man.
But did he go to a state that had small shoal bass to get his state record? Yeah, I think so, because his dad caught a way bigger shoal bass than his state record.
They just get bigger up here, and of course I hold the state record for Florida, and they just don't get as big down there as they do up here.
Got him!
Oh, he's getting blown up right now. Turn over there, look at that.
Oh!
Look at that, he's getting wild.
Largemouth! Look at it, choke that jackhammer. Woo! Hey, you can throw a jerkbait all you want, but if you want to catch real fish, you throw a jackhammer, Sheldon. A jackhammer. All right, let's get her back. There's more fish. Woo!
I think it was a good day as far as that goes. You know, nobody really got hurt, which is good in this area because it can happen.
Got him!
Jameson's hooked up again. Gosh, and then never stops catching fish.
Another largemouth, I think.
God, that's a giant. It's a shoaly. Oh, yeah.
I got my shoaly. I got my shoaly. This is probably the best fishing, or at least the best when it comes to numbers and quality at the same time, that we've ever had on the entire 2 seasons of the Road Trip Angling.
There he is. Got a big one. How do I get the smallest one?
Because you ain't got a jackhammer, baby. Not a jackhammer, jackhammer. Not a jackhammer, jackhammer.
Hey, y'all saw how they ate that jackhammer? They ate the swim jig better. Look, you can close his mouth all the way with the bait still in there.
Listen, I want you guys to be the judge. Should you throw a jackhammer or a swim jig, jerk bait, whatever he's throwing, or the jackhammer? You guys decide.
Anything besides a jackhammer.
You guys decide which one you would throw right here, right now. Let us know. Road Trip Angler would like to thank our global partners for helping support the mission to get people outside and on the water.